Hey everybody, it's Justice for Comics. It is Friday afternoon. It is time to review the CBSI comicbookinvest.com, the Hot 10 list for the week. Books that are on the move for various reasons. While I'm filming this, if you hear some thunder in the background, there's a big storm coming through right now, so just be aware of that. It's not sound effects on my video. All right, let's take a look. Let's look at honorable mentions first. And we've got Hangman Comics number 3. So, of course, CBSI likes to highlight an old book. And this is a Harry Lucy cover. There's a swastika on the cover. That's probably adds to the appeal. 3.0 just sold for $5,000, which is 2.5 times what a 3.0 sold for last summer. So, for the handful of people that care about these older books, I mean, there's a market for everything. I would have no interest in buying something like this. I wouldn't want to spend $500, let alone $5,000. But apparently, there's enough people that want this type of book, and obviously the supply. The older the comic, the harder it is to find, especially in decent condition. That just goes with the territory. The other honorable mention is Naomi number 1. Brian, this is one of the titles that Brian Michael Bendis came out with when he came over to DC a number of years ago. That was kind of a big deal at the time. He left Marvel, where he had been at Marvel all these years. He didn't impress anybody at DC. His run on Superman was very poor. This actually was not a bad little series, Naomi. The artwork by Jamal Campbell was very good. The story was decent. So I did collect this. I do have the first issue. I think I have the second printing as well. It says several 9.8 copies sold this week, including one for $275 after only a couple sales in the past month. It says I haven't seen any recent news about the TV show. Maybe people are just getting ready. I don't know. DC seems to be cursed lately, so don't get too excited about a DC title. Their Suicide Squad movie is not doing well, according to critics and fans. I didn't think it was that great. I don't know. Maybe their Batman franchise will... maybe the Robert Pattinson Batman will recharge DC. It seems like the last several DC movies have not done that great, but I don't know. I guess Black Widow didn't do as well as initially thought either. All right, number 10 on the list is We Can Do It. Exiles, number 3, the 1 in 10 game variant. Yeah, it's a cool cover. I could see the appeal of it. I remember when this book came out. It sold out pretty quickly. I probably could have scrounged one up for like $50 to $75. Obviously, I should have. It's now a $250 to $300 book. That's if you can find it. eBay, it rarely ever shows up on eBay. And 9/8s are getting about $1,000 now. So it's a lot of money, but apparently there does seem to be sufficient demand for it. Number 9 is Invincible Iron Man number 1, the second print. A $500 raw sale supposedly happened. Apparently this is a super low print run. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Riri Williams, but this is not her first appearance either, by the way. So I think it's just her first ongoing series. But all things related to her are doing well in the aftermarket. It says here, whether you believe Invincible Iron Man number 3 is the first Ironheart suit, or this one on the cover, it doesn't change the fact that Riri is going to be big, like really big. I would hold all of her keys in this one, and this is one at this time. A lot more important books than this one, in my opinion. So I would disagree with that. I don't think that is a key book. I mean, it's her first ongoing series, first issue, second. I mean, I don't know. It just spend the money on her actual first appearance. Don't spend it on this stuff. That's my opinion on that. Number 8 is Suicide Squad #1, the AMC variant. Yeah, the movie didn't do well. They want $10 to $15 for this. I don't know why this is on the list. I would have left it off, but who cares? Number 7 is Pro Kill #4, the Adam Hughes variant. Yeah, it's a cool cover. I like it. I remember when this came out, I contemplated buying it around $250 to $300. That's what it was selling for on eBay when I looked at it. I didn't pull the trigger. Obviously, I wish I had. It's now a $1,000 raw book. It is a very limited print run. I think it was less than 300 copies. So it's pretty low print run for an Adam Hughes book especially, and it is a cool looking cover. Very risque, just definitely has a interesting vibe to it. So it's a nice cover. I like it. And will it go higher? Who knows, right? We don't know. Number 6 is Hawkeye. Number 9, the second print. I know I have I think I have all the first prints of that series. I'll have to look and see. I don't think I have the second print of this, but it is going for some good money. A 9.8 just sold for $1,160 and $800 for a 9.6. Kate Bishop's first, not her first appearance, by the way. First appearance would be Young Avengers. Is it Young Avengers #1 or is it Young Avengers #4? I can't remember. It's one of the early issues from Young Avengers. That whole series is on fire. I've got every single one of them. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe at some point I should get those. I don't like to get anything graded. By the way, I shot a video today on Instagram about grading. Check it out. Check out my Instagram account, Justice for Comics. I think you'll have it's entertaining for sure. So that book's on fire. Hawkeye number 9. Number 5 is Defenders #1, the Peach Momoko 1 in 50 variant. Selling for about $80 or more. Yeah, it's a cool cover. I like Peach's stuff once in a while. I think this one hits. It definitely has some appeal. It's kind of a cool looking design, cool coloring. And Ben says, just wait until 2023 and you'll find them in Walmart packs. Yeah, it is very likely that at some point you could see this in a Walmart pack. Yeah, Marvel is my least favorite company. It's sad, too. Marvel has the greatest characters in comic books, bar none. I don't think DC even comes close. Best characters in comic books and the worst company. Just their practices. They can't keep good talent. Their art is massively fluctuating. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's terrible. Most of the time it's terrible. And they use the worst quality paper. Marvel is terrible, and they don't care. That's the other thing that's frustrating about Marvel is they just don't give a shit. So unfortunately, people that collect comic books do, and that's just a bad combination. Number 4 is the Recount #1. I sold my ash can variants. I had the 2 ash cans. I sold them for like $20 some a piece recently. I paid $5 for them, so I did pretty well. I don't know. Is this something that's going to be made into a movie? Yeah, maybe, perhaps. I was okay selling it. It was a cool cover. The ash can is literally like 3 pages long. It's not even a full comic book. I almost felt guilty selling them around $20. I did pay $5 for them, but yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. All right, number 3 is Nice House on the Lake #1, the third print, 1 in 25 variant. I did look at buying this. I don't know. I don't like the idea of a ratioed second and third print. I don't know. I know the series is hot. It's a great writing by Tinian. Artwork's awesome. It is kind of a cool cover. I get that. But, man, $90 to $100 now? It's crazy. It's really the only... Batman and Nice House on the Lake are the only 2 titles that seems like anyone gives a shit about with DC right now. Just saying. Number 2 is Walmart 3-packs. So there's a lot of videos on YouTube right now of people buying these Walmart 3-packs and opening them up. And The center comic book is typically a ratio. Literally, I watched one today where the guy opened it up and there was a 1 in 1,000 ratio comic book inside one of these 3-packs, which is completely insane. Yeah, you'll find Gleason Spider-Man's, the 1 in 25 second print Gleason covers in here. That's a $100 book. King Thor second printing, number 1, that's in some of these 3-packs. That's easily a $100 book. So it's kind of crazy. I don't have any Walmarts by me that are selling these, but if you do, make sure you stop by a Walmart when you're in there buying your toilet paper or whatever else you're buying. Check and see. Usually they're up by the registers. At least by my Walmart, that's where they are. Check and see if they have that. You may want to grab a few. You never know. You might get some crazy ass ratio in one of those 3-packs. All right, and the number 1 spot this week is Batman Urban Legends number 6. There's a lot of media attention on this. Apparently, Robin is now bisexual. So Robin said, listen, I like the ladies. I liked the ladies for a long time, but I now like the men too. So, Robin, you're a greedy bastard. You can't just stick to one. You've got to have them all, huh? You got to have them all. So this is selling around $40 to $50 right now for Batman Urban Legends number 6. I probably didn't buy this or have this on my pull list. I did buy the first couple issues, and that figures. I stopped collecting it, and that's when something important happens. Yeah, whatever. Just DC, all these, Marvel and DC are very woke companies. That's just the way they are. I guess they're thinking, hey, maybe we'll attract more people to read these comic books if we, appeal to whatever sexuality. It's been done over and over again. I don't know why this is a media event. It's not. We care about a good character and a good story. I don't think it matters who they want to sleep with. It's just, I don't know. I mean, weren't all these comic books just supposed to be for kids anyways? I mean, I don't know why sexuality has to be brought into comic books. I mean, I get it. It's basically comic books are being written for 30 and 40-year-olds these days. When I was young, 30 and 40-year-olds were really not buying comic books predominantly. It was, teenagers, people my age, or my age then. I started collecting when I was 13, 14 years old. Go ask the average 13 or 14 or 15-year-old if they buy comic books today. 99.9% of them will say no. If they're into anything comic book related, it might be manga, but definitely they're not buying superhero comic books. Sorry. It's all 30 and 40-year-olds. And I don't know, as we age, as the 30 and 40-year-olds age and some of them drop out, are the kids that are 15, 16, 18, 19, 20 right now, are they going to be collecting comic books in their 30s and 40s? Maybe. Maybe that's just the way it goes in the future. It's hard to say. But DC's sales have been abysmal, been terrible. So is Marvel. Marvel doesn't sell near as many comic books as they did 3 or 4 years ago. Independents, by the way, are doing much, much better. Boom Studios is doing great. There's certain independent publishers that I think are doing very well. And that's who I'm buying, predominantly my comic books. So when I go through my pre-orders, I pick up a couple DC books, 1 or 2 Marvel books, and all the rest are independent publishers. So that's the way it goes these days. All right, guys, that's your top 10 list for the week. Hope you found it informative. That's my review of it, my thoughts and opinions. Hope everyone had a great week. I might do a live stream this weekend if I have some time. I will announce that if I do that, but pretty much the schedule is every Wednesday I do new comic book day videos. Thursday is the live stream, and then Friday, of course, the review of the Hot 10 list. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss any of the videos, and please leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of this list, and hope you guys have a great weekend as well. I'll see you soon.